starting lineup for game one, Gretel, Jojo Mojo, and Whooper. And then Koala Bears, Captain John Smith, Dunk Me Daddy, and Cranky. We're getting into the action. Let's make it happen. Game number one, cross positions. Jojo will face Dunk on the center line. Whooper's going to go over to the right side. Jojo Mojo looking for one more touch. We're just going to start off, play the feelers a little bit. It's a long series, the best of 7. If you drop a game, it's not the worst thing in the world. Everybody's probably just going to be waiting to see how it's going, get your nerves out of the way. I mean, you are playing for a championship here. Anything in particular you're looking for in this grand finals between these two teams?
Well, I'm just looking at how nerves might be impacting. I don't know firsthand how many games either of these teams have had on stream this season, but the stakes are definitely higher here as demos coming through out of the blue side, almost a goal there. But so I'm just looking to who can alleviate those mechanical errors, make sure they're playing the game that they know that they came here to play. Both number 1 seeds for a reason, because they're just so good on the controller, on the sticks there, as Gretel is going to put the first one in, no nerves on Gretel's side.
Great positioning here too, just to catch Captain John Smith off their line, going backwards on the attempted save. Going to be a pretty tough spot to be in. 1-0 will be your starting score here for the Okapis. We will go into our kick. John Smith and Whooper, and it is won by John. Cranky's going to control about the left side. Got a player there for the equalizer, saved by the blue squad here. Whooper will get credited for the first save of the game. Gretel gets another one. Orange team starting to pile it on. They want to answer back quickly here. Double commit out of the side. This could be an opportunity for the fast break. Can Gretel get there in time to center? They do have a teammate going across the line. Gretel's got to shoot this one on target, and it's in. Gretel has answered, or not answered rather. They've gotten a second one on the fast break. 2-0.
I think if Gretel hits this with any sort of power, that Dunk Me Daddy probably gets back to that one. The lob, the slow floater, falling past the defense there as they're racing back to try and make up an awful double commit in the offensive corner. And that's 2-0 for the Okapis. No offense quite yet coming out of this orange side.
Well, we're going to try to get out of the defensive zone to get something started. Will be Dunk on the left side. Now Jojo with a 350 win. Cranky's going to get a touch here off the wall. Now it's going to be Captain John Smith with a touchdown to the defensive zone for blue. Whooper gets one. Gretel wants to go up for it. Cranky's got to put one on target to the far side. No follow either. There was a double commit going forward, not believing that ball would be getting that touch. But Jojo might get an opportunity for 3. They clear the zone right away. Orange team definitely getting these clears out a lot faster than they were for these first 2 goals. Cranky's going to be coming across trying to get one. That's going to be Whooper. Open field. Give him 3. It's 3-0. Game 1 of the grand finals.
That's the second time now that they've been scored on for throwing all 3 players in the offensive third. The third man needs to be somewhere closer to midfield to stop something like that. That wasn't even a supersonic dribble backs. That was simply just driving down the field using what boost they had left in the tank. Something's got to change for their offensive strategy here from the Bear Den side, because this is not going well for them as Gretel finds another one. That's a hat trick already, and we still have half the game to play.
296 for Whooper, one of the top scoring threats. But the story right now on offense is Gretel picking up 3-on-3, 100% shooting for the top 2 players on the Okapis in game 1 of this best of 7. And we are at halftime. Game 1 nerves might be shaking out. We've seen some roller coaster back and forth in the first 2 or 3 games between some of these teams throughout the season and throughout our grand final series on the first day of action on Monday. In this one, we may have to see a response in game 2. Still plenty of time in this first one, as the blue team is looking to make some kind of a move out to center. Will be Gretel looking to get number 4, trying to put a little bit of effort forward. Out to the right, Gretel wants a bump. That's going to be by Cranky. Donk has to do well with it. Goes right by it. It's going to be Cranky to clear out to the right side. Do they get a buy? No. Every single touch from the blue team, I got to say, they're looking very sharp, very crisp on their challenges. They don't seem to really be given too much offline. Almost a 4th for Gretel, but saved at the last moment by the post.
Man, oh man, that one almost lipped in for 5-0. And here we go. No, not quite. You know, it's simple. These balls, just like this one, Gretel has an empty net. Once again, Whooper with the big dunk almost on the second one is Gretel. Like, they just keep finding empty space transitioning onto offense. It's simply too easy at the moment, as another one, and that one's off the post. They're not capitalizing on these chances. It doesn't matter. They're up 4-0, but there are just holes, blatant gaping holes in this defense for the orange side.
Gretel is playing very aggressively. They were up for a challenge in midfield there, all the way up to the ceiling, as the offensive player who was trying to get control of it was going to be getting their first touch. So they're definitely feeling comfortable. They're in their zone. Wooper wants another one straight down, saved at the right side, but it's going to be JoJo putting one on target. Wooper, they are in offensive set now. Gretel's a force shot. What a play! The passive cross firing on all cylinders. The Okapis can't be stopped.
You have to play defense because you think Wooper is going to have this crazy aerial touch, and instead it kind of just passes his car by off of the backboard, and Gretel once again into the back of the net. Like, they've got so many different ways to put the ball in the back of the net here. It's simply impossible to stop in this game number one. But as you said before earlier, Bax, like, we've seen these roller coasters between game one and game two. I don't think this might be indicative of anything we'll come to see in the next game, but this is a strong start, and if you're a fan of the jungle, you are definitely loving this.
Looking to get some momentum here for the Koala Bears. They're going to get one touch down to center. Wooper will get a touch on that one that will put it up high side, and that's going to be Cranky for a chance. No! Cranky's going to go right underneath. Saw the ball coming the whole way, just unable to react in time. And that's going to be underneath. Shots on target. Will be saved aside by Gretel. 2 seconds. Is there something in the tank for Orange? No. A first game tone setter for this grand finals. 5-0 to the Okapis on I wouldn't say the back of Gretel, but definitely on the offensive effort and aggression of Gretel in that field.
Absolutely. They were gifted basically 4 goals, right? That last goal was actually beating the defense. People were back on the line. They were set. They were in rotation. The first 4 goals were just holes. Just something you need to clear up on rotation. Third man is being like the first one was a double commit. The second one was simply playing too far up on the field. Just, the goals will come. It's not like everybody here is the supersonic legend RLCS pro, right? People are going to make mistakes here, and you don't need to throw yourself at any chance you're given, right? You can play patient, and now we're starting again 0-0. I believe if they keep their man on that third man, on that midfield line, they'll have a much better chance here in game number 2.
We are going to be in the cross kick. Cranky is going to be leading off. We'll be going against Gretel. It will be a victory over to Cranky. Cooper is ready for it. We'll go underneath. It's going to be a little bit of a double commit, but they are clearly trying to play a little more aggressive. You saw 2 orange cars turn so quickly on the kick there. That's going to be a little bit of bump on the right side. Now JoJo to carry. You're mentioning the different ways they can score. JoJo wasn't really activated in game number 1. If they start picking something up, who knows what can stop this Okapis team. Gretel is enough to get a touch here, and there is JoJo trying to put something on target up over the top. Captain John Smith now out to the right side. One defender on the fast break potential here for the Koala Bears. Right now, the ball kind of floating back and forth between these 2 teams. But if you are the orange team, you'll be glad just not to see the ball in the back of your net. And maybe I spoke too soon. Gretel's going to be coming up for it, but no. Touched quickly by Cranky and out to the side. Clearly, the offensive set is going to be there for this Okapis team in this game.
That was a great pass upfield. Rotation for Cranky as well. Captain John Smith closer to that midfield line, but there's no way you're going to be set for a long clear like that. Ends up getting a save somehow. I doubt that one was going to fall into the back of the net, but credit where credit is due. And 0-0 now. I think they were down 2-0 by this time last game, so much better coming out of the Koala Bears as they're trying to make an offensive effort. 1-2. John Smith off the crossbar. Cranky one more time. Not quite. Demoed for his efforts. Doggy Daddy once again off the backboard. Captain John Smith can't generate any power on that, and that'll be the attack. Pushed away, and then Cranky. It takes 1 touchbacks, 1 touch down the field, and they score the goal.
Not a lot of boost here on that offensive effort coming from Koala Bears. They actually had the pressure, they had the rotation, and they caught Gretel and Wooper kind of fumbling a little bit over who was going to take the ball on defensive rotation, and that opened up an opportunity. Didn't score, not enough boost, maybe not used to being on that offensive set after the first game being so defensive. now Whooper, all they have to do is put it on target. That might be another one. Cranky has to save it. No! Can you save this? Whooper has put some mustard on the ball. It's going to be very difficult to save it if that's the case.
He just shot the ball and it went in the net. It's
a bold strategy. It's a bold strategy.
You know, I might have to amend my recommendation. It seems as though, like, for those last 2 goals, the defender is in somewhat of the right spot, and they're simply just not making the contact or being fast enough to the ball. I don't believe they have confidence in themselves at the moment, and so they need to find their first goal of the series to remind them why they are here. You know, they're probably feeling the pressure of the finals as we're once again backwards in net is Cranky, absolutely being exposed here in game number 2 as all of the shots are falling his way and into the back of the net.
So if you can put the ball on net and it'll go in, it's gonna bode well. An early hat trick for Whooper in game number 2 of this best of 7. It's a whole new car. This one might be a chance actually to get back into it. Cranky's going to come across the ball. That's going to be another opportunity. Orange team is trying to make something happen, and it will be a 2v1 here. Gretel's going to take their time to get a good 50 over to the right side. They fake one. They're going for another one. Gretel! 4-0, 3 versus 1, and they make it look spicy.
Look at the poise. After shooting that, Gretel simply didn't move, like not a muscle. They are feeling themselves, and the Koala Bears, I can say with 100% certainty, they are not. Okay. So that we're not seeing a straight 4-0, I need someone on the orange side to put the ball in the back of the blue net, because I need something. I need just energy, confidence, something. Please, even if it's an accident, an own goal, we'll take one of those, please.
That was something that we were seeing on Monday's series. There's the shot, and there is the energy indeed. Cranky's going to be up for this one from the left side. Whooper gets the contact, but they don't actually get it cleared out of the zone. It goes up, hits the ceiling, comes back down near post side. Is that the life? Do they have a new life? Do they have breath? Do they have fresh air? Can they move forward from this? Can they even get a comeback in game number 2?
Well, there's certainly time on the clock. I'm rewatching Marvel movies at the moment, and it is Iron Man 2, where the quote is, "If you can make God bleed, then people do stop believing." And you know, they find one in the back of the net. They are beatable. God can bleed. And so we'll see if this falls into a cascade of goals from the Koala Bear side, as they are trying to move up on offense. Gretel will easily push that one away, though. Back over to Cranky. With a good touch, Whooper with the save, it's not getting by him. And they'll just move back on offense instantly.
Back out to center, too. Gretel is going to get the contact here. That ball's going to bounce up into the air. Back to center. Nice play here from Captain John Smith. They go under one, over one. It's an open net. Captain John Smith returns the favor. 4-2, 1:11 on the clock here in game number 2. Maybe, just maybe, the tides are shifting a little bit, because we do have a 4-2 scoreline. They didn't even score in game 1. They've scored twice within the last 60 seconds.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a cascade. That was more of a trickle, I guess, a little slow roller into the back of the net. But like I said, they will take those. Koala Bears sitting a little bit prettier than they were before, and Cranky can now style as revenge, but it's not going to get there. 55 seconds left. 2 goals down, and the ball headed the entire other way. Gretel off the back wall trying to set up Whooper, but a great demo in rotation from Cranky. But then neither defender gets back to the far post, and the game is suddenly out of reach.
And we, you know, if JoJo gets going, if they can start putting something in, I mean, Whooper has taken the spot on top of the scoreboard with Gretel in second. But JoJo Mojo being activated on the offensive side means everybody is going to be viable as a scoring threat. Makes it much harder to try to play defense accurately. You're looking for maybe 1 or 2 players to get the shot. Now you know they're all going to be there and looking for it. They're going to make the contact. They can put it in the net. with 30 seconds to go in game 2. Definitely some life here for the Koala Bears, but they're going to need more than life. A bump comes through. Gretel can't get the save. 5-3. I got to say, regardless of the outcome, they are here. Koala Bears are showing we do deserve to be in the grand finals. You just got to give us a chance to get our momentum behind us. The win needs to be behind the sail.
And so warm-up games, Bags. They might count
Yeah.
in the overall series score, but we'll chalk it up to nerves and some warm-up games. We're heating up the oven. Barbecue's just got to take a minute for that charcoal to get nice and toasty. There's 14 seconds left, and JoJo, just wants to be into the third game. We'll take the 2-0 in the series score. Putting the 6th one in. The average goals per game is incredible out of the blue side. I've never seen a finals with, an average of 6 goals per game through 2 games.
I would think, you'd think that maybe that average will slow down as the series goes on, but maybe we just have 2 pretty offensive teams on our hands. You were mentioning the 42% shooting percentage to the 37 to the opponent. High shooters. Every single car in the lobby here really likes being on the offensive side. And that will be game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. 6-3 goes over to the Okapis. Koala Bears will have to try to rally here in game number 3. You were mentioning you feel like if they were able to get their third to be more active, try to keep the ball in the offensive zone, that would go better. They scored 3 goals in this game. Do you feel like you saw that third playing a more active role in offense, or do they still need to probably sharpen that up for game 3?
I think their rotation was a little bit tighter that game for the better. However, it seems as though most of the goals that this Okapis team is scoring, it's just too easy, right? It's taking too few touches. The ball is moving too fast, kind of thing. There needs to be, more of a presence in front of the shooting and passing lanes. I feel like if they're just that teensy little bit faster, they make it just that little bit harder for them to score. We might find that the blue side is only scoring 2 by the end of this one. So I feel like the rotations are working their way through, but they need to be able to get in front of these players and stop giving them so much space, because you definitely don't want to be styled on again like you were last game.
We're going to start with a Captain John Smith miss on a read off the lower wall. Out to the defensive zone for Orange we go. Wooper has settled this one in for Gretel. Gretel can't get there in time. JoJo Mojo is going to put one on target at the very least. Captain John Smith getting bullied a little bit. It's going to be Wooper. 0 boost here. They're trying to go underneath and get over the top of it, but Cranky's a little too fast. That's going to pop right back out. They get 1 touch here. Going for a second one. And it will be Captain John Smith versus Gretel in the 50. Goes a little bit better over to Gretel on the touch there. That will stay out in a dangerous spot. Going to go right by Cranky. Donk me daddy to the left side. Gretel, no. Wooper's underneath. Cranky might see an opportunity, but no. Try to put some pressure on right now. Orange team is slowing the game down a little bit, or at least for this first minute, definitely letting the blue team, have to work their way up the field instead of giving them the once over all the way to the other side.
Yeah, that was a solid almost 40 seconds that they looked like they were in control of that one. There was 1 or 2 clears all the way down the field. But, they held possession solidly as they're trying to do here, but not with a backflip at midfield and nobody back. See, it's just too easy in a bad way, right? It's not because, Wooper is making this incredible aerial shot here. This is a slow roller down the center of the net. It's just too easy because it's too open.
We will have our 1-0 score line over to the Okapis, looking for game number 3 if this score line would hold. Alas, a lot of game to play here. The third game of this best of 7 series. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us tonight. We've got 2 grand finals for you. 2 best of 7s right now in the prospect tier. Later in the premier tier, we will be crowning 2 champions. Right now, that first champion is really looking like it's going to be the Okapis, but the Koala Bears, maybe there's an answer from them sometime soon. They're currently defending against this onslaught here from the Okapis. We're turning the ball forward. Gretel's going to put this one over to the right side. JoJo is going to continue going back on the defensive end towards that corner boost. They're going to miss it. Shots on towards the near post. It's tied up. They take advantage. 3-0-4 in game 3.
That's a good one, right? Backboard defense wasn't set up. A simple 1-2. So that one looks not quite as easy as what the Okapis have been doing to the Koala Bears, but easy enough, right? You put a great ball off the back wall and you can follow it up yourself. The pass is so good. So that's exactly what they needed. Now this is a tied game, Babs, which we haven't had quite often in the series. I'm saying this, Gretel is almost sniping bottom corner once again, but Donkey Daddy, luckily enough, gets back to that one. And so, you know, they're finding a way. They're keeping it even. And, you know, Koala Bears have something in them still. They're here for a reason. Like I keep saying, this is the finals. And they're going to show up, whether, you know, it might be late or not.
Whooper from the right side into the corner. Cranky almost gets that out of the zone, but it's going to continue to be pressured here. Cranky's actually going to get one more. Is there a flare up over the top? It is. Donkey Daddy over to the right side. JoJo is not going to get there. That's going to be center cam. John Smith on target. And Whooper will send it away. Cranky's going to go up the wall. Ambitious. Won't quite get the touch. And now it will be the blue team for the counterattack towards the near post. It's going to be Whooper off the ball. Gets one touch. No. And sent out. But JoJo already back on the defensive end is going to be able to get this boost and try to play a little bit of defense right by the ball. Tied up here after a 5-0 win to the Okapis. And then a 6-3 win to the Okapis. 1-1. Your scoreline in game 3 with less than 2 minutes. Orange team is playing a little bit of brick wall defense here. Something we didn't really see in the first 2, but maybe that's the change that was required. They're sending the ball away more than it's going into the net.
Let's see, once again, so much space. It lets JoJo come all the way in. Now setting up Gretel, barely touching that one aside. Like, they're just giving them way too much respect on when they're playing defense. Oh, they look scared, they look timid, they look like they've got a losing mentality right now, which they definitely shouldn't. They're tied right now. Who cares about the last 2 games? It's more so like golf than it is like soccer or hockey or anything. You know, you got to put the previous shots, previous holes behind you and play for what you're playing for right now.
Now to the left. 60 seconds going to be on the clock here as we get into clutch time. Shot from JoJo is going to be on target. Sent away by Donkey Daddy. And now out to the right. Whooper doesn't get the touch. This could be dangerous. Gretel is going to go for the touch, but actually it's going to be missed by the orange player. Cranky's up for it. They've scored from the air before. It's going to be over to the left side. Crossed over Captain John Smith. One of the leading offensive powerhouses for this orange squad. Hasn't really been activated just yet in this series. Gretel's going to send this one out. Third will have to play it. That's Cranky out to the right side. JoJo has put a dangerous ball up, needs to be touched, and it is by John Smith. Shots on target, up to the top right, postage stamp, ship it. 29 seconds, game 3 lead for the Okapis.
It's simply...
Oh, what a shot.
Oh, man. A dagger, literally and metaphorically too, as my heart hurts for this Koala's team. They cannot catch a break. And Cranky, no, not another one. Oh man, they just look out of sorts. Something is wrong, whether, you know, they didn't scrim properly or warm up properly before this, or now they're demoralized, or what's going on mentally and physically for these guys. Like I said, my heart hurts for them, man.
I mean, yeah, certainly, you know, grand finals, you want to be playing your best. And it looks like they are letting some stuff go through. We do have one more game, though, and I won't necessarily spoil too much here, but if you miss the series on Monday, let's just say a 3-0 lead doesn't guarantee anything. And we will have to be looking to game 4 here as this clock will tick down. That might be a 4th. Sure. Just, yeah, sure. Sure. Okay, Whooper, we all see you. Everybody here is watching the game you're playing. Take your hat trick, take your 6-17 and your MVP of game 3, and we'll go on to game number 4. Okapis are going to take a 3-0 lead in this best of 7 grand finals.
Oh my God. Like, how? Just basically in the exact same spot the last goal was scored, except from twice the distance away. It's clinical. It's simply domination, honestly. The Okapis are playing to win. They want the finals. They want no funny business, and they're taking it right now. It's in their hands to lose at this point. A reverse sweep now required for the Koala Bears to even think about lifting the trophy, metaphorically, I guess, in their Discord name. But regardless, you know, they want it, but not more than the Okapis at this point.
Well, we'll have to see what game 4 brings. It's do or die for all 6 players currently on the field. You got to show up here. This is the last chance for the Koala Bears to get a victory, and it is 4 match points for the Okapis to take home the crown and be the champions of the prospects here for Season 10 of the RSC. We are going to be starting off with a little bit of aggression here from the Orange squad. A little bit aggressive indeed. Captain John Smith was third. They make a very aggressive play forward. Could have been punished up over the top, but that ball will settle. JoJo on the 50, out to the right side now. Looks for what? Nope, gonna wait, play this up the wall. Cranky is gonna get a clear pass too, but Whooper is swooping in. That's gonna be a chance. That's gonna be Captain John Smith out to Cranky, but no, Cranky doesn't have enough boost. In fact, has 0, not able to get up to that ball. Captain John Smith goes right by Gretel and Whooper. 2 versus 1, the pass to the left. Man, you gotta be happy. It's still 0-0 after that one. We are back to center here. Right now, Orange team trying to put some pressure on. Shots on! They strike first blood to the Koala Bears in game 4.
Yes, this is what a lead feels like. Take it in and don't let it go to waste. Hey, Captain John Smith finally on the board. Am I correct in saying that's his first goal of the series?
I want to say so. It would have been one of the 3 from the 6-3.
Oh,
but this is the first one I remember.
Yeah, so, you know, Koala Bears are down bad a little bit. They're trying to do it right off kickoff. That's exactly what you want to do, even if you have the lead. Play like you're down. You know, try and put a couple more, give some insurance on that one. But, you know, now you're sitting pretty. Let's see what they play like with a lead. And if the Okapis have some sort of a mental shift now that they are down for the first time in the series.
Back out to the right side. Gretel against Cranky. Me Daddy actually could put one on target. It's going to be Cranky to turn. Captain John Smith is going to take the boost. He actually does snake that away. Gretel and Whooper playing a little bit of an aggressive defensive rotation. They're actually out towards the top of the box there. So now it will be up to the Orange team to try to keep on this offensive rotation. But JoJo gets a nice big hit there. That's going to be back towards center and actually deep into the defensive zone. Cranky looks to control. Whooper's going to put off the backboard. It's going to be a JoJo Mojo to put one on target. No. Gretel out the right side. 3 minutes on the clock here. Game number 4. Gretel back to center. Dangerous ball gets by one. JoJo was waiting for it. Fast break opportunity. Captain John Smith versus 1 versus 2. Tries to cut it inside. Almost gets the double. Orange team is playing a lot more offense this time, and maybe they're just trying to keep that lead by trying to keep the ball out of their defensive zone.
That was almost an incredible shot from Captain John. He had the weight that. No. Oh! What is. I missed it! I was trying to break down the last play, replaying it in my mind, and just one ball off the back wall. Cranky can't quite get to it, and Captain John believed too much in his teammates, crept too far front post, and it finds the back of the net.
1-1. 2:35 in game 4. We are equalized. If the Okapis can win this one, they have swept the grand finals. Koala Bears are trying to play spoiler to the sweep. See if they can get a game to the good. We'll be to the right side here into the defensive zone once again for the Koala Bears. Back to center. Gretel's there. Shots on! Whooper and Gretel again. 2-1. This duo is clicking on all cylinders now.
Okay. Even if you want to ignore how great that pass was out of the corner, Whooper just has no fear at this point, absolutely throwing himself at the previous challenge and winning it so handily that it sets up that entire play. And simply your second man just has to believe you'll get a pass out mid, and it happens to be right on the nose. And so, oh my gosh, it's just good Rocket League. Like, that is a play that definitely beats any kind of prospect defense you're putting out there on the field. And so that play was remarkable. Whooper is simply a cut above at the moment. Playing with no cares is why would you? You have 3-game buffer. Why not leave it all out there?
John will get challenged by Gretel, and it's a great win. We're going to try to pinch that towards center. JoJo was coming across to try to take a shot. Not going to be able to get there. Whooper is going to get a touch over to the right side. Looking for goal number 3 to not necessarily solidify, but certainly cushion a 4-0 victory. Cranky directly into JoJo's car, and this is a 1-on-2. Whooper is across. Captain John Smith coming back to help, but that will be challenged quickly. And now Cranky into the defensive zone for Blue. Is there some heroics in the last 73 seconds? That's a double, potentially a triple. Does Gretel have enough? JoJo's going to take the shot over to the right side. 3-1, 107 in game 4. It might be on for a sweep.
I very much want to say that the Okapis are like beating the Koala Bears, but there are too many instances of the Koala Bears just beating themselves. I think that one, it's not mechanics in the slightest. It's simple communication. I don't know what's going on in the comms at the moment for the Koala Bears, but it is not clean enough. It's simply not good enough at this point to stop this Whooper, JoJo, and Gretel like domination. It just doesn't stop. Whooper's almost running out of the corner, flying this way, that way, every way. Gretel with the big dunks. They're not losing challenges. They're not, it's just a clinic. An absolute destruction, dismantling of this org side.
We might want to check the Okapis. Okay! Oh. Okay, Cranky, let's all hold on a second. A little bit of life. There is a pulse on the heartbeat here as Cranky from the left side solo play 3-2. 25 seconds on the clock in game number 4. Can the Bear Den, the Koala Bears, come back here? John Smith's going to be up over to the right side. Whooper is going to go for it, but no, they're going to go underneath. This could be it. Dog Me Daddy back towards center. That's an opportunity for the shot, but no. They aren't playing quite aggressive enough. 10 seconds now. They got to get up on the field. Captain Smith goes right by the ball. That's going to be by 1, by 2. Tries to get by 3. Does get there. The time, the clock, still ticking. Back to the right side. This would be heroic indeed. It will bounce into the air. There will be an opportunity. Over to the right. Dog Me Daddy and Cranky are there. Dog Me Daddy is going to try to send this one, but it's going to be a little too low. Okapis 4-0. They give the Jungle their second championship of Season 10 in the RSC.